Shouldn't say hey ladies because, you know, every once in a while we might get a guy. But um, we are going to make the necklace we half designed using these pretty bubbly beads and the apatite. I've got most of the bits and pieces that we want to use in this bag so I could know what I wanted. I added some really pretty tiny crystal spacers, aren't those? Don't those have a nice sparkle? And then, of course, we have our apatite pendant that we decided would go down in the middle, and our little apatite tiny beads. I've also put in some crystals. Hey, Beth. And so those will join the little apatite beads when we form the loop to put our focal on. And then, of course, we have our really pretty bubbly beads. And since I like the way they're sitting on here, I have decided that because we want that hey Gloria, because I want, hey PK, I want them to keep this shape. We don't want, I would have decided not to put spacers between them because I don't want them to then just drop downwards. I want some of them to go up. Oh no. Beth, it started. Oh, that sucks. There's nothing worse, in my opinion, than freezing rain, especially if you have to go somewhere. That's horrible. Hey, Tammy. So anyway, I have got all these. I've got these pretties. These are going to be the main part of the necklace with one break in the middle. Well, no, it's actually not going to be slight. It's going to be slightly side to side because we're going to put just a loop of wire in there to hold our apatite, our little tiny apatites, our little crystals, and our tiny little crystal spacers to for a little loop to hang our little guy on. So I've also got some square 18 gauge silver craft wire, which is we're going to use to make a bail for the for our apatite bead here, teardrop. And I've gotten some sterling silver wire to hook our bubble beads on. I figured that would be the nicest color to go through. And then I've got in medium, and then I've got some fine to do our little loop. Though actually, I got the fine out thinking I needed that softer drape, but the medium would probably work. But we'll see what we decide to use. Hey, Anita. Oh, and we have another new person that I haven't seen before. Hello, Joanna. You got the snow in the Texas were saying they were going to get. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier on Randy's. So, one of the things I'm going to do, of course, is we're going to divide these up into half so we don't have more than one half on either side. And then I've got 3 types of chain because I'm not sure which one we want to use. They're all really pretty silver chains that we'll use for going the rest of the way. But this one is a simple, got this one. Now these are all relatively lightweight chains, but dang, they're pretty. This one is similar to the other one that I just showed, except for it's got an oval and a ring. So I like this one too quite a bit. And lastly, our third style that we could go for is Now this one has twisted rings and double jump rings to hold it together. So down. So all very pretty silver chains, and so we're just going to have to make the decision which one I think will look better. I'm not sure right now. So we're going to get out our, thank you, Joanna. I haven't decided what I'm going to record for tomorrow's video. I'm going to have to do that sometime this afternoon. But, oh, though my bargain beat box is supposed to be here today. So that might be tomorrow's video of my unboxing. Oh. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down. I'm going to get my my silver soft flakes out. We're going to start hooking this up. Now, I've been trying to debate whether I want to hook these directly to a ring or directly to the chain. And since the chain is all rings anyway, I think we'll probably just hook it directly to whichever of the 3 chains we decide to go with. But so we also need to make our little loop, our little beaded loop for our pendant piece, and of course our bail. I'm going to make a simple bail, I think. So hey, Mary. Yes, Beth is right. I do have started a membership. The link is in the description of our video here. It's $4.99 a month, and you get a members live on Thursday afternoon, and first look on the videos. You get them at least a day before everybody else, and sometimes the ladies can attest to this. You get them 3 or 4 days earlier. So anyway, 7 p.m. is getting a little late, but you probably hopefully have had your dinner by now, Anita. So let's turn down and we'll go over this stuff a little bit more, and we'll decide. Well, we don't have to decide on the chain right away, but but we do have to do other stuff. My kids, the grandson and my daughter and I are going to go to the animal shelter later on today to see about a new kitty. So we'll see if we bring one home. If we do, I'll have to do a quick little video to introduce you to Lily. That is the name of the kitty that we are looking at. So, oh gosh. Mary. We had a little snow again last night, but I don't think it's snowing right now. So, her name is, she already has a name. She's 4 years old, the one we're looking at. Her name is Lily, and she's a long-haired, I think she's a ragdoll. She looks a lot like my Gracie that I lost many, many years ago. And when my daughter showed her to me, I went, ah, it's my Gracie. And she said, no, it's my Lily. So hopefully Lily will still be there when we make our appointment. And if so, we will go and look at her, and we will let the grandson decide whether we're actually going to get her or not, because he's the one that was most affected. Well, we were all affected quite a bit, but so let's turn down and we'll get started on this baby. Thanks, ladies. We're hoping so too. And though my daughter just saw her on the site this morning in the middle of the night, so, and they don't open till noon, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that, come on, stay put, camera. Anyway, here's our bubble beads. I'm going to divide them in half, though frankly it's not going to be quite half when we put our loop in, but we'll do that anyway. Here's our quick little sketch that we did the other morning on when we were looking at these. So this is sort of what it's going to look like, but of course we're not going to drop her into the beads like we had originally decided, but make it the little loop that will actually go up in the beads, and then this will hang down. So it'll be more like this go here, then our beautiful teardrop will hang down here. Come on, go up there so you're not in the way. And then we'll have an apatite crystal and crystal little loop, like, come on. So, not going to be very long. I don't want it exceptionally long to go like so. Hey, Janice, welcome in. So there is what it's going to look like, well, sort of, because we are going to put the crystals and the spacers in, drop them in every once in a while, either every 3 of the apatite or every 5. I'm thinking every 3, just for some differences. And we do need to make a wire bell for our little guy here. So I'm going to take our drawing out. It's just, we don't need it down there anymore. We know what we're doing. And I'm still debating whether I'm going to use the fine to make the if I use fine, I'm going to have to triple loop my, how to put that? You have to put 3 lines of this into your crimp for it to hold, because the fine is thinner, of course, than the medium, and you only need 2 lines for the medium to hold your crimps, but you do need at least 3 on the fine. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do a 3 loop, a 3 crimp, which I can do, or if I want to just do a if we just want to use the medium instead of the fine. The only reason I was thinking the fine is because these are small beads and it might be nicer for the drape, but we're going to put this on the end with some wire, so in the end we really don't need the fine because the stone will give it enough weight to keep the medium in a good drape. Sleeting. Oh, sleeting is just as much fun, isn't it? Now, where did my small clippers go? All the crap. Excuse my language. Oh, there they are. Had them half buried with other tools. Can't have that. So I'm going to split our beads up here. And somebody asked me the other day, are these the ones that Randy had used in her necklace she's been wearing lately? And yes, I know, I paid extra attention to them today, and yes, they are. She looks like she used about 5 or 6 of them and wire wrapped them up and then just hung them in. So we want to divide our beads up here, though we actually are going to have to make sure we have some for in the middle, because it's not going to go exactly the way I was originally thinking, because We're not just going to put the pendant in the middle. It's going to hang on either side. So come on, you guys. These beads like their wire, I think. I just put that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, looks like we may have an extra. Though if we do have an extra, I can always make sure that it stays in the middle, since we're probably going to want about 5, I think, in the middle to for our. Come out of there. There we go. Oh, I saw one fall. There's one over here. Come here, you. I thought I saw one fall, but then I couldn't see it. So let's count. Make sure we actually. This one has a wire in it. Make sure I did get the same amount on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 16. But I do need to make that middle section. So I'm going to see what it looks like with. I'm just going to pull a bit off here and we're just going to crimp it. Or I should say bead stop it, not crimp it. But I'm going to do like at least 4, maybe. I'm thinking more like 5 or 6 though, because we want that bubble up pattern. So I don't think 4 will be enough to. Oh, come on, do the bubbles, do the little crimp around. Let's see what it looks like with 6. Push them. Come on, we got to push because we don't want you going up and down like that. We want you all over the place. Now, why did it do that on the wire? But there we go. That's better. So then we'll have this hanging down here. Considering that was only about yay long, I'm going to cut this wire. I'm going to cut it right here, which is probably more than we need. But we're going to take, because we've got to make our second loop here, I'm going to take 6 out of these, because this is what's going to be the middle, or 3 more out of this one. And I'm going to finish putting these beads on this side. funny that on my beading wire, they're going up, just up and down instead of in that cool little wrap that they had on the wire. Come on. Because that cool little wrap is why I didn't want to add anything to it. 12. Okay, we got too many on this side, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You guys go in there. That's 6 for the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, this is the other side. So this is this side. Come on, do your bubble thing. You're going to make me very disappointed if you don't do it. Yeah, I'm thinking so too. We need to go really tight to make them do what we want them to do. Because they're sitting right beside each other like that, but they didn't seem to be that tight on the wire, but boy, when you loosen them up, they just go up and down like that. So I'm thinking we're going to have to do something here, but I'm not sure what. Let's see if I can. There we go. We have to squish them with our hand. That's better. So the thing is to just put them in your fist and roll them around. It would seem anyway. So I'm going to put a bead stopper right here. Ta-da. See, I got them to roll around, but I had to put them in my fist and just sort of fist them up. So now we're going to take another little hunk. And I'm going to, I knew I had some crimps out here. Here we go. We're going to crimp roll a crimp bead on here first, but what we're going to do is we're going to we got to make the little loop that goes down, but we are not sure how long we want it to be yet, so we have to pay attention to that. Get some of these little crystal spacers out and some crystals and break the apatite up down. Now I hope the apatite is big enough for the wire. If it's not, we're going to have to switch to the fine. We'll see what we have to do here. That's fine. Little piece of wire here, which is I keep poking myself with. And not sure how long we're going to want to make this, so I'm just going to play with it by hand here for a few minutes and see what we decide on. Oh, that's looking pretty, isn't it? Can you guys see it? It's pretty low down there. So since it is going to be up in the beads, come on, where's your hole? It should be right there. Come on, baby, go in there. There we go. Okay, I think that's the last one I want to do. Put these over here so they don't get lost. Same with this stuff. Just push it aside. So then that'll make a loop, go into the middle here. It'll come down and we'll go over 6 beads. And then we're going to have the, yeah, I think that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, uh-oh, where'd my crimps go? I know I pushed it, I had another one out here. There it is. I'm going to crimp this one on this side. And I doubt very strongly if the little appetite's going to take a second crimp. So I'm just going to push it so we make a little loop so that it can slide onto the other wire. Oh, did Nita have to leave? That's too bad. Did you get sidelined, Beth? That sometimes happens. Crimp this baby. Now, the metallics sometimes, the metallic threads are sometimes a little slimmer than others, so you do definitely have to test it. That's fine. And I was quite right. This won't go through the second. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take our flush cutters and roll right up to our crimp bead. Just slide it right till you hit it and then snap the extra off. Now I'm going to cut this over here. Because that's plenty for our other crimp. And what we're going to do then is we're going to slide this baby onto our wire here, and it's going to go down to our beads here. And I'm going to move this so that it's right up there like it should be, so when we put it on we can see exactly what we're looking at. So it's going to go like that, fist them so they go curl up, and it's going to go in there. And then we're going to put on our next 6, the 6 that are in here. I think this is the first bead I've ever had to fist to make it go the way I want it to go. But sort of fun that way. Now we are going to have to make our, and I've got a lot more wire on this side than that side, so I'm probably going to move this over some so that we have more wire, but that's all right. So here we go, fist them. So that they'll bubble up, and then this will come up here and go right here with our pendant hanging down from right here. Oh, I think we made it a pretty good length. Oh, that's good, Lois. That's good that you're back before the snow started. That's why I drew my little pictures, so that I wouldn't forget what I wanted to do with this. So we do now need to, again, put our bead stopper on this side. Where'd I put it? Well, it doesn't matter. I hold the whole dish of them. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so fist them up so that they are curled up. Put this baby onto here. So then what we're looking like so far is this, and then this is going to come up here. But our next step we have to do is put our bell on our our stone because it has to go on here before we can put this up into the bubbles. But I think it's going to look good, don't you? Turned on the fireplace. I take it you have a gas fireplace, Beth? There are times I wish I had one. My husband says, I miss our wood stove that we used to have in our rental house before we bought this one. And I look at him and go, I don't miss the mess. So, okay, where's the other end? Well, I guess I'll just use this end. And I don't want a whole ton, but we do want some because we are going to make some little decorative. So I'm going to cut it right here. Oh yeah, now I see the other end. Once I cut this side. Isn't that always the way? So I'm going to cut this off because of this big bend is going to create a problem. So, oh, I didn't check to see if this would go through that hole. I guess I should have, because, oh, whew, just barely, but it does. So what I'm going to do is, now that we've got that, I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to bend. Oh, don't. Maybe I should just do it by hand. Yeah, we'll just do it by hand. Bend it. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this, and this just became the back because I have a mar on it. We're gonna bend this up, wrap this around. No, 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 stop. Go. I should have maybe used a smaller wire rather than the 18. 18 doesn't want to be cooperative, obviously. So I may cut this loose and get a smaller piece out of a smaller diameter. Because I'm not liking the way that's looking. This is such a pretty stone. Anyway, I have to decide if I'm going to continue using this piece or cut it off and use this different. We may just continue with this. We'll see what it looks like when I finish it. If I don't like it then I'll cut it off. So we need to bend this over. And I think I'll use these and use this bigger one. We'll make our loop. And I just made the loop the wrong way. It's a good thing I can turn it. Do I want to make rabbit ears? Maybe I do. These two are sitting side by side, and this needs to go this direction. So there we go. And little bit there. Now I'm gonna straighten this up. Look, it's a mess. We're gonna do a spiral. Then I'm going to bring this one down and do a, come on, let me hold up. Nope, not up that far. I want you down here, so I'll turn you here then, bring you down here. Oop. I'm going to turn this one a little bit more because I want it up over that weird spot that I have right there. And that's not bad. We can leave it. And then I'm going to spread my rabbit ears some. Not a whole heck of a lot, but some. Now you moved yourself, and I don't like that. Don't move. It'll work, I think. But oh, don't drop it. Now, hopefully I left the loops big enough to go over the crystals, because I didn't think about that when I made them. And I didn't. So I'm going to have to take this off to move it so I can put this in the proper spot. Made them bigger, but I didn't make them bigger enough because the crystals are stopping it from going down to where I want it. So we want it right here on these apatite. So then we'll put the rest of it back on. I may want to do something more with that curl, but we'll decide after a bit. Okay, so now we'll crimp this other side and we'll drop it up into the bubbles over there. Hey, Debbie? My bargain bead box is supposed to come this afternoon, and I'm hoping it does. And my lost one that they lost is supposed to be here on, which I'm really excited about. It's supposed to be here Saturday, so that'll be fun. It's got the companion bundle to the second companion bundle to Glacial Glimmer in it. So let's get this down here, and we already know that this this apatite won't take a second wire, so we get this to where we want it. Get in here with our quimpers. Pull it down because it's not coming down where it needs to be. Crimp. Turn. Crimp. Turn. Okay. That feels like it's pretty tight. So we'll cut the extra wire off. Slide right up to the crimp bead tube and snap it off. Now we're going to take our extra wire here on this side and take our bead stopper off and drop this baby right onto the wire again so that it's could have been a little shorter, but I don't mind it that length. But not going to worry about it now that it's not a little shorter. So now we're going to put the rest of the beads on this side. Then we're going to have to fist it quite a bit and decide what chain we're going to use. And decide if I really like that curl I have on there, and if not, I'm going to have to change it. And I looked this up. It was December's bundle, the Sparkling Snowflake. And I remember I used these beads in the necklace, but I used them as drops with, I think, the blue beads between. And it was a very pretty necklace. But, okay. Come on. You guys are behaving. You guys are not. Come on. Oops, backwards, but we're getting there. On you go. You guys can go in here so you don't get... There we go. Now we have to decide what chain to hook it onto and see if I can make the bubbles be a little more bubbly. funny. Okay. I may curl it up more and just bring it up higher, I think, to be right here. So, come here, you. See if I can get it to behave for me here. Nope, other way. I want you to curl more. If I keep this up, I might make it so I don't like it even more instead of better, but we'll see what happens here. Hmm. If you squeeze your stones like I just did, be really careful because you don't want to break them. Let's see if I like that better. I do. It's up higher. It looks better. I wish it was a little lower down onto the bead, but I think it'll be all right. Come on, let's sit right so I can see what you look like. Go over here. How'd you get over that? There we go. This looks like it's pointing to that side just a little bit, so we want to bring it over here. There we go. Now we have to decide which chain we want to use to finish it up and how long a length we want this. I don't think I want it very long. I think I want it like about 17, maybe 17 inches so that it's right at your neckline. Hey, Georgina. So, come on, I played with it too much and now the soft flex is wanting to sit weird. Though it'll settle down after a while, but. So now that we've got that, get this out of the way. We don't need it in our way. We have to decide what chain we want to use. And I'm actually thinking I might take, to hold these down here a little better, I might take one of these little crystals here and do a, come here you, go in here because it has that angle, you know. I'm going to put that down in there with this. Push it down some more. So put your bead stopper on. Then we'll do the same over on this side. And I just let the beads all loosen up. I think to myself, how frequently do we actually want to make our necklaces tight? See, when I was playing with that, I put a little kink in my soft flex, so it's going to have to relax again. So we've got 3 choices of chain. Let's get them out and we'll see what we think of them all here. Am I going to keep this? Oh, I don't wear a lot of necklaces, to be truthful with you. I used to when I worked, but I hardly ever do now. So, yeah, probably not. So our first choice is this with the decorated rings, with the, you know, the twisted rings. Second choice has the little and then the long. And the third choice is just, whoop, find the end, Rose. It's 3 feet, so it's a bit long. Or just the circles, but they're plain circles as opposed to the decorative circles. The chains, I think this one I got from Randy because it's in this kind of wrapping. And yeah, that looks like when they write on it, this decorative one. The other 2 I got from a D-stash place. So probably can't find and get any more unless they decide to have some more. So I'm not sure which one I want to use. I'm actually sort of leaning towards this one because I like the loops, though I do like the other two as well. They're very pretty. Now, how did I do that? How did I do that? I got them hooked together somehow. Oh, there's this link at the back. So we can go with this one. It's my crimp tubes. With this one. Or with this one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. This twisted, the twisted ones. So let's get our other two back in their bags so we don't have everything all twisted together here. Because let's face it, it is. One of these says it's 5 feet and the other one says it's 3 feet. I'm not sure which is which. Guess I'd have to measure it. Guess it doesn't really matter. This one looks to be more, so it's probably the 5. Let me see. Actually, I have an envelope that came here that I got them. Business cards in here. Oh, it just says, thank you for supporting my small business. Oh, it was Lori Matson. It was on, oh, what's that D-Stash group? It is a D-Stash group that I got them from. I can't remember what its regular name is, but so what we're going to do is we're going to get a crimp out. And this has got 2 jump rings already here on the end, so I think we'll just go through those. So I just had the crimps. There they are. My last 2 crimps. I need some, well, these are my last 2 soft flex ones. I got some beetle on ones. So we will. This is not I usually make myself have more wire than this when I do a crimp, but. And I've got a ton of wire on the other side, but that ton of wire is probably long enough I can use it for a bracelet. So I'm just gonna crimp this side like we would normally. Go through the crystals here. Are you through here? Where you at, baby? There it is, it's through. Just slide you guys up here. Crimp. The other way. Okay. Slide up there. I'm sure these bubble beads will go on 2 lines too, but I'm just going to cut it. Now we need to and you guys wanted to stop being fisted. Maybe I should have taken the jump rings off and put it on the ring, but it's too late now because it's already on there, and the ring is soldered, so can't take it off. Though I could take the jump rings off. Nope, they're soldered too. Wow, isn't that cool? They don't normally solder the jump rings, but they are. Interesting. So, go around. Oops, don't lose your crimp tube. See how we want it to be 17 inches or about there. So this section is 7, let go. There's 12. Thirteen, 14, 15, 17. 17 is here. I don't want to cut this ring, but they're soldered. We got to cut something. Like I said, 7. You need 10 more inches. So here, you know what? I got a ton of extra wire over there. So what I am going to do is I am going to cut these rings because they are soldered as well. So we take those off. And I'm going to get out of here. You extra, get out of here. I am going to, so since I have so much extra line, and I really don't like the way this is setting up that high, I'd rather have it down here. I'm going to roll my beads around a little bit, and we're going to cut this off, and I'm going to cut the rings off, and we're going to put it on this big ring. Because I have lots of line, and I can do that. Now, if I had just a little line, I wouldn't be able to do that because it wouldn't be big enough. But I do have lots of line. So I'm going to cut that off right there. Put our protector back in place, and we're going to cut those 2 rings off. So and we will take our chain. And I only had 2 crimp tubes. I'm going to have to get another one out, but that's all right. Put this onto here. And crimp it again on the ring. I think it's going to look better on the ring than it did on the 2 soldered jump rings. I'm just going to move the crimp tube up and just worry about the crimp tube right now, and then we'll move the beads. So we'll do up there. Cut that off. And roll them back that direction again. Yeah, I like that better on this ring than on the 2 jump rings. I don't blame you, Janice. So now that we have that on there, I'm going to have to fist it again because I released all that pressure that I had on it down there. And we're going to have to get a new crimp out to do this side. But I do like it better with just the chain there as opposed to the two rings, excuse me. So since I'm not sure I have any more silver soft flex, oh, I probably have them. They're just, where are they? Because, you know, they give us some in every one of our kits, and I have loose kits everywhere that I probably haven't used all of the, oh, those ones are gold. They'll look gold. I think I took them out of that kit already. So we may have to use the beetle on ones, but that's all right. Better than none at all. Actually, nah, that's fine. Come on, open up package. Put you on. Now I'm gonna have to fist these again, obviously. So I'm just gonna work this through here first. Barrel down. Then we're gonna come on, fist up. Okay. It's funny because usually you want to lay it down so that you have some space, but this time around I don't want any space because we want to keep those beads in their little bubbly shape there. Oh, now you guys are misbehaving. Come on. Oh, they're not behaving too badly, so I guess we're probably close that we can crimp it here pretty soon here. Need to pull this down a little bit more. Get the crimp down there. And then we're going to crimp this baby. Get that out of the way, chain. Now we can cut my long tail that I left off. And we have our, now we need to cut our necklaces, the end of it here, so we can put a clasp in. Obviously, otherwise you're never going to get it on your neck because it's pretty short. And I hope it's as long as I wanted it. Of course, we all know what to do. If it's not, we can always put an extender in. It is, looks like it's 18, right? Or 8, so that's 16 right there. And once we put in our lobster claw, it won't be, because we're going to have to cut these off right here. Seems horrible to have to cut off some jump rings to put on another jump ring, doesn't it? But they're soldered, so it's not like you can open them. So here we go. And we just have to put on a lobster claw or whatever kind of clasp you want to use. In this instance, because I want that extra little bit of length, I am going to use a lobster claw. So, you guys get back where you belong or I'll lose you, and I don't like to lose my bead stoppers. This is the bag for that chain. Oh, here's the bag for the crystals. We don't need this anymore, but we will need these. So I need 2 regular jump rings. And a silver lobster claw. And there I'm knocking things down. Have to clean my shelf up here. Test it to make sure it's working fine. It is. So we'll you could, if you wanted it shorter, of course, just hook into any of these links with your lobster claw. You don't have to go to the end one. And then we'll put this one on this side. With our lobster claw in it. And she's done. That jump ring's not quite closed all the way. It's a little bit wonky. There we go. So there's our necklace all finished. That's true, Mary. You should. You should start your car up every once in a while so your battery stays good. So let's turn up and I will put it on so you can see what it looks like on. So here we go. I'll stay put. So here's what she looks like. And then now I will admit this is a little closer to my neck than I like, so I might get an extender chain and put on for those people who are like me that don't like something that close to their neck. But there it is. All finished. It is pretty, isn't it? I like it, but it is closer to my neck than I like. I like just a little bit more length, so I'll probably put an extender piece in so that it's about, come on baby, come on hook so I can take you off. So it can come down to about right here if people want it to. Because like I say, I am not big on having things that close to my neck, and I know that I'm not the only one that's like that. So wear it to the shelter. To look at the kitties. But I think it turned out really nicely. Like I say, it's a little shorter than I like. I should have put probably another inch or so into our when I was measuring it, I wasn't thinking about the fact that the bubbles are going to take up some of the space. So it is a wee bit shorter than I would like. So I will probably be finding an extender chain and put on it. I know I have some around here somewhere. It's just, oh, where do I have them put at? Because, you know, I'm notorious for just putting things wherever. And my beading area is generally a big mess. So, but will the lobster claw go in this chain I used yesterday? I don't think it will. I think it's too, yeah, it's too small. And you can also, if you want, you can make extender chain yourself by just putting a series, nope, that's copper, won't work. A series of jump rings together. Talk, Rose, speak. So if I do put in an extender chain, especially if I just make it with jump rings, I will put like a pretty at the back of it. For instance, I have this one already has, oh well, it had some. I just knocked them off. I frequently will take like a pretty spacer bead, like one of these with the bigger holes, and just put it through a jump ring, the back jump ring, to so then it hangs down as a pretty spot here, like so. And I also have this other piece that we were using for something else that I didn't use, and I might just hook these two together as a pretty, and then do a couple of big jump rings to add like about an inch or two of length to this, so that it's not quite so close to a person's throat if they want, if they don't like that. So pretty. So now I just have to make a little bit of a chain of jump rings and put that onto it, and then make that as the extender. Oh, hot chocolate. That sounds good. I may have to go get me some. Thank you guys. I am going to make a little chain of jump rings here, of 4 or 5, and hook this pretty onto the end here, so it has some more length if people don't like it close to their throat, which I don't. So to make another like inch of length so people can have it away from their throat, but I don't want it to put a long extender in it, because if I were, then it would become it would come down further. And I think that this is one of those ones that needs to have the have it up close to your neck just because of the way it's made. I think it's more of a statement piece for, you know, for something a little elegant, so to speak. So I could, but I don't think I want to do that. So everyone, we're going to close off. It is it is almost hour and a half. I am going to sit here and make a little bit of extender chain for this with the pretties that I just showed you, so I don't have to, so it can be a little bit longer. And I'm just making it by hooking large jump rings together like so. So it's really easy to make a bit of chain if you don't care if they're welded or not. And I would have preferred this chain not to be welded, so I could have taken it apart and not had to have the not had to cut the links off, but it is the way it is. So here, see, I made a little extender chain. So I just made this little extender chain. I'm going to take one more, excuse me, jump ring and hook it back onto the other jump ring, and then we have an extra inch or two there to add some length to it for those who want extra length. So I'm going to let you ladies go. We'll see you. My bargain bead box is supposed to be here this afternoon, so I will probably do a recorded unboxing for bargain bead box. And for tomorrow's video, for the members, of course, if I finish it tonight, you'll get it earlier. So that's always cool. So there we go. I have put the extender onto it, as you can see here. So that adds another, if we go over to the end one, that adds another at least an inch. Let's see, how much did I add here? Looks like 1.25 inches. So there we go. All done. All pretty. So there we go. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. It's been a joy having you all here with me today to make this pretty necklace. And we will see you, we'll see you next Tuesday live. In the meantime, like I said, there'll be a couple of recorded videos, one for Saturday and one for Monday. And I hope everybody has a nice weekend. And if we do get the kitty, I will post pictures of her. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.